Hey guys, so I finished binge watching the way I almost said Zootopia Part 2. Beastars Season 4 Part 1, right? They took a page out of the Attack on Titan's notebook. They're gonna have a bunch of parts. Just kidding. There's probably just gonna be one more part after this because I do believe there was 13 or 12 episodes of Season 4. Season 3. Oh, let me slow down. Season 3, right? Season 3, Part 1. Anyway, whatever, who cares? It doesn't matter. The latest thing that they just recently added to Netflix. Just finished watching that. I binged it. Now, this season was really, really good. Far better than anything I could have ever, imagined. And I'll give a spoiler-free review, and then, a couple minutes later, I'll give my, spoilers, let's talk about it, right? Can we just sit and talk about how a lot of people are saying, oh, this is like Zootopia, but for adults, right? It's some of that same, energy, right? And honestly, I would love to see, a well-done video comparing and contrasting, the worlds of Zootopia and Beastars, specifically Haru and Judy, right? I want to see, a 35-minute video essay on the differences between Judy and Haru, because they're both the rabbit character in this world that is, after some sort of evolutionary phenomena that has predator and prey existing amongst each other. I would love to see something like that. That would be amazing. Maybe I'll fucking make it myself. If no one else makes it, I'll make it myself. But anyway, I just want to say that this season so far is a 12 out of 10. It's almost in a way giving movie sequel, right? So what we did in the beginning is there's this murder mystery plot. What is who killed Tim, right? That was the first part of this series. Who killed Tim? Trying to figure out who killed Tim. And in the process, we got this, understanding of Lugosi as this, self-hating predator animal. And it was just super interesting. So they almost kind of went backwards to further characterize him in season 4, but in a good way. In a way that expands the universe. And that's why I say it's like giving sequel in a way. The second movie of a first movie, its job is to expand the universe. Put it to scale. Put the events of the first movie in this scale with this bigger world, right? And so with Beastars, I would say it is, in a way, kind of like a Monsters, Inc. 2. Beastars Season 3 is kind of like this Monsters, Inc. 2, where it basically explains, the backgrounds of Mike and Sully, right? Who asked for Disney comparisons, right? But especially Monsters, Inc. That's really random. But that's how it's giving. It's not giving, Toy Story, right? Toy Story 1 to 2. Toy Story 2 really expands the universe of toys, rather than getting deeper into Woody, right? Beastars gets deeper into Lugosi, into his background, into his 12 out of 10. Anyway, now we're going to move on to the spoilers. So do not stay. Please go watch it. It's 12 or 13 episodes, and it's just part 1, so part 2 is coming at some point. But I'm so glad they took their time with this because it was fucking epic, okay? There's this new, horrible fucking animal amongst the cast now. This absolute menace named Melon, right? Now, we've met a whole bunch of, anime villains, some of the most deplorable pieces of shit ever. But Melon is so fucking terrifying because of how rooted in reality he is. He's so real to the point where it makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up. And I've never felt this feeling watching a anime villain or a bad guy on TV sort of thing. I've never felt this feeling that I felt with Melon. I don't know what the fuck it was. He has this it's obviously sadism. It's this learned helplessness, but not in a way where it's woe is me, which is what we find out at the end. It's not this woe is me, learned helplessness. It's this is the world we live in. Fuck it, I don't fit in with anybody, and I don't give a fuck to. I'm gonna use my fucking powers the way I want to. And so Lugosi makes the mistake of seeing himself in Melon. He has this view of, I forgot the panda, Gudo, whatever the fucking panda's name is, who's his mentor. He kind of has his point of view. So it makes sense why Lugosi's like, okay, yeah, like he's a predator and, he's half predator, half prey and blah, blah, blah. So it makes sense that he would feel alone. I felt that way too. I feel that way too. Let me try and speak to him and relate to him. But no, that, Gudo, redeeming predator sort of thing, that's the wrong impression of Melon. Melon isn't this person who can't control himself and does a thing that he regrets, right? Like, he gets something out of it. He has this cat-like demeanor, cat-like body, and then these horns. It's just absolutely terrifying. And in the beginning, he killed a fucking elephant. I think he's the one going around killing elephants. And it's like he uses his antlers and mask so people will think he's just, a normal prey animal. But he's not. He's an animal. Like, he's so scary. I'm so sorry. And the voice actor for him did a hell of a job. I have never seen someone commit to the character that much. I feel like all of those moving parts put together just created the most ferocious thing I've ever, seen in my life. And part of something that could almost sort of kind of maybe put me off in like the first seasons was like, okay, here's this story about this high school kid who gets killed at school. Why are we now with like mob ties and like shit like that? But I mean, it does make sense with like the darker tone of the show, and like this is a facet of this animal society, so obviously it would affect the high school students as well, the black market and whatnot, etc. Obviously it does affect those students, so it makes sense. It's not out of place to put that stuff in the series, right? But it did feel like, okay, this is really escalated from a whodunit to like mafia boss sort of shit. Season 3 takes that shit up to the next level. It's like seasons 1 and 2 were just laying the footwork to, especially season 2, was laying the footwork to fully expand into this mob, boss, mafia thing. It's brilliantly laid out, brilliantly led to, brilliantly done. Well done. Just awesome. I didn't care too much for the new opening. The ending song was fine, but the new opening was I do enjoy Louis, whatever, and what was the girl's wolf? Juno? The girl wolf? Juno. I do like that pairing. I think that's a good mashup. I like that. What else is there to talk about? The energy drink, right? Like, that's also something good. All of it's just good. I was thinking to myself, like, it was going to be some 13 Reasons Why thing. Like, okay, like, let it die. We found out why Hannah Baker killed herself. Let it die. And then it just kept doing season after season. Oh, Bryce is dead now, and blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't feel that way with this. At first, I was feeling that way with the energy drink. I was like, oh, okay, this is the new thing. So now this new Beastar is just trying to find out about this energy drink and blah, 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 lame. Side note, when the new Beastar, like, revealed himself and it was this horse character, I was like, oh my god, it's BoJack. But I was also like, I didn't like him at first, but then the more I, like, learned about him, the more I liked him. He's the trope of the, like, scorned ex-partner, why did you leave me? And then Gosha's, the Lugosi's grandpa, like, I left to start a family, bro. Like, it's literally giving Lady and the Tramp 2. Yeah, I watch a lot of Disney movies, okay? But that's a trope that's been tried and true and done over and over and over. But it wasn't bad in this instance. I really, really liked... And now, I'm an emotional fucking person, but, like, it takes a lot to get me to cry, I believe. Like, it takes a whole lot. I think. And I was driven to tears with the mom's backstory, right? Like, she was a beautiful wolf, right? Like, she was a beautiful fucking wolf. A model. And as she grew older, she started getting scales. It broke my heart when she told the dad, like, hey, I don't want to be seen with you. I'm a beautiful fucking wolf. I do not want to be seen with a venomous Komodo dragon. Sorry. I don't want that. And so that's the reason why Gosha would sit in the back of the restaurants with Lugosi. And so it just like, the rewatch value is so good this season. The rewatch value is so good. And possibly the rewatch value is good for the whole show, because now Lugosi's attitude and demeanor makes sense. His self-hate makes sense. Like, all of this stuff makes sense. Like, you would think, okay, yeah, like, as a predator in a society that's scared of predators, it makes sense that he, could have self-hate, right? But then you look at someone like Bill, they're the tiger, right? No self-hate in his body. And it's like, okay, well, what's the difference between these two? And the difference is Lugosi isn't fully, completely wolf. He's part Komodo dragon. And that just brought up something even more, like, the way this is done is just so fucking brilliant. Because when you think about it, it's like, if these are humanistic animals, then they should be able to procreate, right? And so in the season 1 and 2, when Lugosi and Haru were having their will they, won't they, like, smash sort of thing, you think, like, okay, well, if she got pregnant, then what? Like, what animal would come out? And this season answers that. Like, there's half... Like, you can interbreed animals. You can cryptozoo the animals. You could literally cryptozoo the animals. I'm so funny, bro. Anyways, I do want to wrap this up. I just wanted to... My final word on it will be, wow, what a masterpiece. And I've told you guys that, like, Beastars was one of the many things that inspired my manga, Puss. So, yeah, be on the lookout for Puss. We're trying to make up for losing our main artist, but, the first chapter should be out soon. So sorry that it's taken so long. I'm literally so sorry. But anyway, the thing I really want to focus on between, like, Zootopia and Beastars is Haru and Judy. Like, the difference between those two characters in the same type of world is just, it's night and day. Judy is this person who's, like, very optimistic. Like, yeah, I'm a rabbit in this world where the prey are the strong ones. The prey are the ones that, potentially could go savage, right? Like, the prey make the rules, and the predators make the rule, and the prey just have to abide. Because of their smaller stature, because of their lack of, claws, fangs, etc. Speaking of which, when fucking Lugosi ripped out his fangs, that shit was crazy. And then the way he was talking, I was like, he better, I don't know, put some ice on those teeth or something, because I cannot watch this show with his lisp. I'm so sorry, I could not do it. So I was glad when he put in dentures. But anyway, opposed to Judy Hopps, we have Haru, right? She's this person with, like, learned helplessness, acceptance. Like, I was kind of, not too happy when they decided to tell rather than show in this season. Haru was like, yeah, I was so promiscuous back then because, I could die any day. And it just felt like, sleeping with animals was with prey or bigger animals was the first time we were equals, and I could provide something for them, and I could bring them to their knees sexually, and like whatever, blah blah blah. Like all of that was expertly shown in the first couple seasons. I did not need the story to tell me that. So that's one complaint I have, I guess. Like the telling right there rather than showing, because I think it was expertly shown in the first 2 seasons. Like if you didn't get it, then you weren't gonna get it, and that's too bad for you. Like I don't think the story should ever tell you, hey, this is why you did this, huh? Oh, okay. And I do want to speak on Haru and Lugosi's relationship, right? Very, on the outside looking in, it's weird, it's fetish, it's giving, and this is like in the community itself, not in the series itself. It's giving weird, it's giving fetish. I get it. But in the series itself, I really didn't fucking like when Haru took Lugosi to the fucking black market where they were selling rabbits. Like full-grown, full-bodied rabbits, like in refrigerators or some shit. And she's like, kiss me here. Why the fuck? I'm so sorry. And I know he hasn't told her everything, but as a predator, I would feel so fucking uncomfortable looking at the bodies of people who look just like my girlfriend. How the fuck would I be able to kiss you there? I thought that was really fucking weird. And like I was like, girl, what the fuck are you doing? That part was really fucking weird. Anyway, when what's his name shot Lugosi with the, I guess, small game animal bullets, and he lived, he still threw him over a big ass fucking balcony. It was crazy that he actually lived from that. Like, if the bullet didn't take him out, then the fall definitely should have. I get that they're animals, but like, and not humans, but I don't think animals are stronger than humans when it comes to stuff like that. I really liked the furthering of the plot with the Shishigumi or whatever the fuck. I thought it was sweet when they met with Louis again. I thought that was really sweet, because Ibuki or whatever was like, bro, I said I'd kill you if you ever came back. And he's like, well, yeah, deal's a deal. Get me. And he doesn't kill him. And they bring him over to their lair again, and they just shoot the shits. And then Melon comes. That shit was, girl, that shit had me like, I was like, holy fuck. Because that guy was gonna eat the fuck out of Louis, whatever. The two not prostitutes, the 2 strippers. I really like those girls. Like, hopefully they get like more of character time in the second part or something. Hopefully, I don't know. Like, I don't know what this is. Is this is this gonna somehow end with some like Avengers style, all of the characters we come to know all band together to beat Melon? Because we have Louis. Louis respects, likes, Lugosi. Lugosi definitely needs fucking help. Okay, like, he was shot in the ear and tied and thrown over a fucking bridge. He's definitely gonna need some help. By the way, I'm not a manga reader, so don't fucking spoil it, by the way. But, he's definitely gonna need some sort of help. So I'm just trying to wonder, like, I'm wondering if this is gonna be some, like, Avengers thing where the Shishigumi, Lugosi, his panda mentor, all of them, like Louis, they all come together to take down Melon. That would be interesting. That would be really interesting. Can't wait to see what role Louis plays in the finale also. And yeah, I do kind of hope he ends up with Juno, but I kind of hope, I don't know, I'm rooting for them, but I'm kind of not. Because she kind of falls in love really fucking fast. Let's be so for real. She was obsessed with Lugosi real quick. So I'm like, girl, do you actually like him, or was he just there? And then Louis like, you just like older guys. And he's like, when I kissed her, I felt her fangs. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, yeah, I can't wait to see what happens with Louis and his father as well. Like, that's going to be pretty interesting. Something I didn't think was going to have repercussions, but I'm glad it did, was him eating Louis's leg. Like, that, I felt like that was just going to be grazed over or they would bond over it, but I didn't realize that, okay, yeah, he probably would have withdrawals over that. Like, damn, that's crazy. And then Louis felt it in his hurt leg that something happened to Lugosi. I was like, what the fuck? Is this, like, magic? Like, what? And I'm so sorry. When Lugosi would say, like, Louis in me now, a part of him's in me, I'd be like, bro, what? But yeah, I do like the little owl and the little noodle udon job that Lugosi has. It's giving very much Kung Fu Panda. I do think, oh my god, I just found out, like, I just thought about it. Lugosi's gonna say whatever that seal guy taught him to say if he ever needs help. He's gonna say that while he's drowning in the ocean. That's how he gets saved.